Children's Church. I'm so glad you could be with us. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, Joey. How are you today?
I'm great. Hey, Maddie, I want to say something before I forget. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day, Joey. Thank you.
I had a great time Friday. I had a party in my school, and we got lots of Valentines and candy. It was great. Did you do anything fun on Valentine's Day at school on Friday?
I did. I had a party too. We had candy and Valentine's too.
It's so fun. I love Valentine's Day. And today actually is Valentine's Day. My mom said happy Valentine's Day to me. And I just love telling everyone how much I love them and my family.
Me too.
Well, besides Valentine's Day, do you know what day it is?
Yes, it's Epiphany 6, the last week of Epiphany, and the time the wise men followed the star to where Jesus had been born.
That's right.
Why don't I say our children's creed and then we'll get into the story?
Okay.
I believe in God above. I believe in Jesus' love. I believe the Spirit too comes to teach us what to do. I believe that I can be kind and loving, Lord, like thee. Amen.
Amen. Well, our lesson today is a big one. It's from the Bible in the book of Mark, chapter 9, verses 2 through 9. And it is about the Transfiguration. And that is a big word, but we're going to learn what it means today. Now, how many of you think the color white might be important in our lesson today? When we think about Valentine's Day, we think of the color red, but white is also going to be important in our story today. You would be correct if you think white's important. But it's not just white. It's not off-white or bright white. It's a beautiful, bright white that's so bright it doesn't even exist, except that it did exist. Maddie, why don't you tell the story to the kids and we can see how that color is so important.
As soon as chose his disciples, he was really busy. He taught huge crowds and performed tons of miracles. When it was finally time to move to a new town, Jesus chose 3 of his disciples to join him for a hike. Their names were Peter, James, and John. Jesus led them up a high mountain. When they were far away from everyone else and out of sight, they stopped. As soon as they stopped, Jesus' clothes suddenly changed to white. But his clothes weren't just white, they weren't even bright white. They were bright white that it was so bright white it didn't even exist. Jesus' robe was so bright white that it almost glowed. But no matter what you call it, it was special. Then 2 more men showed up out of nowhere. You might know them. Their names are Moses and Elijah. Moses is the man who led the enslaved Israelites out of Egypt. That was over 1,000 years before Jesus was on earth. And that's not all. Elijah was a prophet who helped to get rid of false gods and idols so people would know who the true God was. And that was 800 years before Jesus. 800 and 1,000 years? Can you believe it? They went up to the heaven hundreds of years earlier, and yet they were standing with Jesus just having a conversation like it was no big deal. Peter, James, and John, well, they were in shock. They couldn't believe what they were seeing. A bright white so bright didn't even exist. And then 2 very important men that should be in heaven. Then it got even more amazing. A cloud appeared above them and a voice spoke out. This is my son whom I love. Listen to him. And suddenly it all disappeared. No cloud, no Moses, no Elijah, just Jesus on a hike with Peter, James, and John slowly walking back down the mountain. They call that the Transfiguration.
Maddie, that was a crazy story. I can't even picture it. Colors that don't exist, people from hundreds of years ago, a talking cloud. I can't even imagine what it was like for them. How amazing.
Yeah.
But I bet I can imagine, when I think about it, I can imagine that it must have helped Peter, James, and John believe that Jesus really was the Messiah. That whole thing helped them. It's hard to doubt something when you see it with your own eyes. It was proof that Jesus really is real.
Well, what about us? What's one way we can know Jesus is real, Joey?
Well, let me think. Well, what about the Bible? We can see the Bible and it tells us all about Jesus and why he came and what he did. There is so much written in the Bible about him that we can learn something new from it almost every day. We even get to know things about Jesus that Peter, James, and John didn't know. That's one way, the Bible.
Wow, yeah. What about prayer? Have you ever prayed for something impossible and then that impossible thing happened? It can happen. And it's another way Jesus shows us that he is real.
Well, also, how about just looking at the absolutely amazing, gorgeous world God made for us? There are so many different animals and plants and people and places, and we get to see this every single day. It's all real.
It's so amazing to think about what it would have been like to meet Jesus, see him perform a miracle, or glow in a color that didn't exist. But it's also amazing to have the Bible, or see a snowflake fall, or speak to God in prayer. Our lives are full of amazing things every single day.
Well, Jesus is real and he wants us to know it. We only have to look around us to see the beauty. Oh, well, that's a really great Bible lesson today. The Transfiguration, it's hard to understand a little bit, but I understand more now. And I wish I had been there myself to see it. How amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'll do a closing prayer for us, okay? Dear God, help us to remember that Jesus is real and he is here for us always. Amen. Well, kids, I hope you have a great rest of your day and enjoy your Valentine's Day. And in honor of Jesus and Valentine's Day, tell someone today how much you love them, how much they mean to you. All right, everyone. Well, we'll see you next week, okay? Bye, Maddie.
Bye.
Have a great week.
You too.